Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. My name is Angelika, and the last few days I've taken a bit of a break. We had 3 days of snow and cold weather, and that is normal for our area. So I decided after the 3 days, to take a break during those 3 days. And after the first 2 days, I decided to do some cleanup and rearranging in the house, which is what us women like to do, move furniture around and do some cleaning while we move the stuff around. So yesterday, no, Friday, because today's Sunday. So Friday, that's what I did. And I just wanted to show you what I did. Yesterday, I wrapped up everything that I was doing in the house so that we can start recording again. So those are the few days I was MIA. So here is what I did. So if we go this way, I have not put away the Easter decoration. That is today's job. I put the greenhouse, what I call the greenhouse, I put it back to where it used to be. One is there and the other one is there. And as you can see, I've got a full window of seedlings. We do have another 4 to 5 weeks before the May long weekend, probably 5 weeks. So they have plenty of time to get a lot bigger. They're the big pots, the colorful ones here in the front, not the green, but the brown, the red, the orange, that green, the purple. Those are herbs. And then that one and those are flowers, along with some in the front. Tomatoes and peppers are in the greenhouse right now, along with some other stuff. I can't remember everything. But over there on the bottom is where my heating pad is. And then once I plant them, they go under one of these lights or under those lights, which you can tell there's lots of seedlings in there. But I wait until they're about 2 to 3 inches tall, and then I'll put it in the window. And considering the window is full, I'll probably have to set up my folding table in front of that. And then as there's more seedlings that need sun, I will then put it on the folding table. So basically you will not be able to pass around this coffee table because I'll have my folding table right there. But yeah, so I put the two greenhouses back. Instead of having 2 plants there, I only have 1, that side too. I used to have 2, only 1 now. And then I have some plants on my coffee table. I don't know if you can tell, right there is my prayer plant that used to be on the corner of this table. I put him under there, so he's a little closer to the window now. And of course, everything that was in the window had to go on the coffee table. And then I'll pan you around. Those guys are still up there, but they're going yellow. It's time to give them nutrients. All my plants need nutrients, so I'm going to be doing that probably today. That is the one that was in the window. It has gotten so big. It's my ZZ plant. So what I decided is this is the end of the living room. That's my chair and my side table for my coffee in the morning. I have my knitting underneath. So this is kind of the divide between the living room and the dining room. And then that white cabinet starts the dining room. And then there you can see I have the aloe and the snake plant. The aloe, I don't know if it's going to be okay there. If it's not, I'll put it on the coffee table closer to the window, and I'll put my snake plant there, because if you look at my snake plant, where's my finger? See here, it's kind of reaching for the light. So it might not have enough light there, but it is known to be okay with lower light. So maybe it just needs some support. As you can tell, I have like a little fence around it right there. It's like a little fence going around it. It's actually to support it. I just thought it would look like a little fence, so I need to put another couple of rows of string. I also don't like that string. It's very fine, and I'm scared it's going to cut into the meat of the blades of the plant. So I need to get a thicker, I do have a thicker cotton that I can use. I just got to, put it on the table and work on it. And yeah, so that might just be that it's getting top heavy. And then in front of it, you can see I have a little dish of seeds. Those are the only ones left that go directly in the garden. So as soon as I can plant another month, though, that dish I'll be taking outside with me and planting all that. And then that's my dining room. Those white cabinets that were in the living room window is now back in the dining room. And I put the doors back on it. And there's my seed starting. I do have, I think, like 3 packages of seeds there left. I have to put those in on paper towel in a Ziploc bag and label it and put it on the heating pad. But I think there's only 3 packages left and it's done. And then all that can be cleaned up and I can have a regular dining room table again. Won't that be nice? Yeah, and then that container there, the white one, that's my potting soil for my house plants. And then that's just a recycling bin. So there you go. That's what I've been doing. All the way back to the window. This Bowflex is actually, we have it on Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace. We're trying to sell it. We don't use it often enough to justify having such a big machine. And this house, it might be a 5-bedroom house, but all the rooms are small. As you saw, my dining room, my living room is not very big. The rooms are pretty small. So it just doesn't justify having that. And then, of course, got to get rid of that. And that goes to my oldest daughter. And then this is the circular saw to cut the wood in the bird sanctuary. And then there I have a couple more plants. That is the variegated ficus, and that's the green ficus. And this one is the one that you usually see in the malls. And then, of course, my exercise straps. And the back door, which tomorrow will be going out to the back and working in the garden. I just thought I'd wait a day before actually going out there, give it a chance to warm up out there. Hopefully the soil in the pots have warmed up and I can work it. So there you have it. That's what I've been up to. Actually, I'm going to pause you and I want to show you my craft room. That's going to be my next project in the house. It's basically a dropping place for a bunch of stuff. Here, I'll show you. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. This is my craft room when you come in the doorway. Look at that. That's all my paper shredding I shred a bunch of paper to put in the plant pots outside. And then those Amazon packages, the labels have to be removed, and then I can throw it into the recycling. There's my bag of all the shredded paper that I put into the totes outside. And then here's our vacuum steamer, and behind the door there's the broom and mop. And then look at the clutter. Holy gee. There's a lamp that needs a home. I'm gonna find a place for it. Those are my sewing drawers, that plastic drawer system. That is all my sewing stuff that I used to have in the dining room. And then this is my cleaner, box of cleaners. And then I've got the legs for my stepper there. That needs to be put in the closet over that way. And then that bag, as I mentioned before, I've gotten hooked on junk journaling. So I need those paper bags to use for the junk journaling. That board is a wish board that I made myself for when I want to, if I'm ever able to get my driver's license and get a van and go traveling, which is what I want to do when I turn 65. That is the board of all the things I want in my cargo van. So we'll see if that gets accomplished. And then you go deeper in the room and you get deeper in the mess. Like, how do you even walk in here? My tool chest is there in the corner with the paints. Those t-shirts in the window is to shade the room from the sun. There's the closet. There's a bunch of birdhouses up there that I want to paint. Up there is all the seasonal decorations. There, it's all my sewing. And my closet, because my closet in the bedroom is very small, so it overflows in here. My exercise mat, the blue thing there. Another lamp. These two were a matching set, that one and the one with the white shade. I just switched out the white shade, but the original shade is that brownish gold one. And then there's two white milk crates there. I don't know if you can see it right there. One is my boyfriend's pants and one is my pants that I have to hem. And yeah, so this is welcome to my clutter. Oh yeah, I got some foam up there in the closet. Like, if everything it finds a home and I can get rid of, do the paper shredding, put the sewing box, I don't know where I'm going to put that thing. I may have to take everything out of the sewing box and put it back into the cabinets that I have. Whoops. That's what happens when you loosen the thing that on the tripod. That plastic thing. This whole cabinet is going to be redesigned. And then this is the calyx and the hemness from IKEA. This cabinet has all the wool. My mom had collected so much wool, like drawers and drawers and drawers. And then her granny square, I'm going to finish it, but she never finished it. And the other drawers are the same, like all the drawers are full of wool. So I was thinking maybe getting a big laundry basket with a lid and then just putting them all in there. That's another possibility. Then I have more space. And then this calyx, that box has a needlepoint yarn. That has embroidery yarn. Those are needle points. Those are Aida cloth for embroidery. That I think has plastic canvas and something else. Then that one, well, that was that one I was talking about. Plus, I got some stencils from the dollar store for my junk journaling. I'm starting to get ready to do that. Um, that one has ribbon and lace. And then there I have some easels and some books. Tracing paper, paper with squares so I can design my own patterns for my needlepoint and embroidery. And that's the cotton floss. And that's the wool one for needle points. And then up there, that is some Christmas sewing, aprons and stuff. That's an empty sewing box I used to use. I could use that again in my effort to empty these drawers. What else is there? Okay, there's some stuff up there for outside and a couple of candle things that I want to spray paint black. And then over here, there, that's all sewing material. That shelf, and that shelf. See, I take old blankets that nobody wants or that have been worn out, and I make them into like blankets and stuff. See, there's a blue one and the big purple one. So those two I want to make into single bed blankets. So I use that as the stuffing and then that as the cover. So what I'll do is I'll cut the cover for a single bed. I usually just cut it in half. I think that's a king size. So I'd cut it in half. Then I would take other material and do sort of like a quilting collage kind of thing. Then I will take two pieces of that, put a piece of that in between those two pieces and sew it up, put a nice ribbon border on it, or even with some material like that blue and white. I could cut it in strips, sew them together at an angle, and make a long string of it and use that as a border on this. So everything can be upcycled. See? I even have my old bedspread and my boyfriend's old bedspread here, which I want to combine them together. And then the purple blanket on the bottom, there is going to be enough left that I could use it to put in the middle of that one once I sew all the scraps together. And there you go, another blanket. So, yeah, I'm a crafter through and through, whether it be sewing, embroidery, needlepoint, sanding furniture and painting it. Like, I'm big into this upcycling and recycling. And everything can be reused. So what my goal for this room, I'll back you out. Hold on for the movement. Okay, we're not completely out, but hopefully this is enough. Actually, if I go like that, there we go. Okay. So what my goal for this room is to have two of those brown cabinets, that big one that we were looking at, putting two of them there, put two of them on that side, and then have a desk in the middle under the window where I can do sewing, I can do junk journaling, I can do jewelry, like whatever my heart desires. I'll have a place in this room to actually do it in this room where all the supplies are. And then the white cabinet with the calyx, the hemness and calyx, would go where this cabinet is on this wall. And then the tool chest would go right here next to it. And then I'd probably have a bin with the strips of wood behind it. I think it will be a lot more workable because that wall, the window wall, will have a lot of storage from floor to the top. And my desk will be in the middle. So no matter what I do, I'll be like within 4 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet of everything I need, the supplies. And it's the only way I can think of putting a table in here. Because otherwise I take over the whole dining room and we don't have a dining room. Not that we use the dining room table, but when his sister comes over, we usually sit at that table. Or when the grandkids come over and they're eating, I like them to sit at that table. But if I'm always taking it over, we never have that space because all my clutter is there. I'd like to restrict it to just this room. And in order to do that, I need better storage and I need a table to work on, which is why this is going to be the next home decorating, home improvement project, other than sanding and painting furniture that is already in the garage. And that'll be for my bedroom. So, all right, you know how I can talk. I will leave you be. I will see you tomorrow in the garden. And I hope everybody's doing well. Have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. And remember, do what makes you happy and everything else will fall into place. All right, take care. Bye for now.